Gypsy Rose's situation is far worse than we thought. All right, so if you don't know who Gypsy Rose is, she was a victim of her mother abuse, and then she used an ex or a guy to actually murder her mother, and both of them ended up in prison. The guy's still in prison, but Gypsy got out of it. I'm not gonna share complete information about this because I don't know a lot about Gypsy Rose, but you can go and Google it. I still believe she was a victim, but also I do not condone such actions of what she has done. So I don't know if she's like 100% a good person or not. However, after she came out of prison, she became some type of a celebrity with her marriage, her divorce, going back to her ex, as well as having this whole reality TV show as well. So yeah, a lot is happening. We have a lot of types of celebrities in the world. So let's see this video. Gypsy Rose's situation is far worse than we thought.
To be clear, you haven't been with your ex for a... This is clearly Ken's
March,
baby.
It was mid.
So basically she's also, oh wow, that's a mosquito dying. She's also pregnant, and she got pregnant like a couple of weeks after her divorce or something like that, and now people don't even know who the father is, but she says that it's the guy she's with right now.
March, I left Ryan. So it was mid-March, I left Ryan. So this is absolutely 100% Ken's baby.
Oh, okay.
So putting it really, really lightly, we have got so much to get through in today's video.
But also, like, if you think about it, like having a divorce and getting like separated from someone, that takes time too. Like, it doesn't mean that they divorced and then the next day they didn't live together. Like, they could be divorced a year after, and they could have been separated for a year. So yeah,
so much to get through. I'm sorry for the voiceover. It is the weekend and it's quite hard filming with kids around, so voiceover it has to be.
Everyone makes a registry.
that's
There's
the guy she's with
nothing wrong
now.
with making a registry. She's living her life and making a registry like anybody else in the world would.
Yeah.
Live her life. Why y'all hating so hard?
So in my last video, we were discussing Gypsy Rose and Ken's pregnancy announcement. She came on, she made a YouTube video, and she said that she's 11 weeks pregnant. Since then, we have had baby registries where seemingly everything was brought out within 20...
Gypsy Rose Blanchard faces backlash over extremely expensive baby registry after announcing pregnancy. I mean, to be honest, it is her choice. Nobody's making you buy the things on her wish list. Like, she can wish whatever she wants for, and then if you don't want to, you don't have to. Like, what are we talking about here?
20 minutes to half an hour. People obviously lost their minds.
Gypsy Rose Blanchard asks fans to buy her baby items off wish list despite 3 million net worth. Guys, it doesn't matter. There is so many fans who want to support her and want to gift her stuff, and what better than to gift her things that she actually wants and needs. Just because you have money doesn't mean that people gifting you and giving you stuff is over. Like, hey, now that you are rich, you don't need birthday presents anymore. Like, that's so dumb.
Because she is worth reportedly over $3 million. That is her net worth, allegedly. So obviously, myself included, had a lot to say about that.
Go ahead, support her, but please support all the other single moms out there, or all the other families who are having babies.
I do not agree with this. I do not agree with this at all. I think just because she's getting this stuff doesn't mean that it is taking away from other people. Like, her happiness and her road in life doesn't distract from your happiness and your road in life. It's not her faith that dictates your fate. Like, it's the same as saying, oh yeah, you are successful and you have money, but because of your success, I don't have success and I don't have money. These don't correlate whatsoever.
Why don't you go on Target Registry and just buy some random person something, since you know you want to be supporting someone who's probably already getting almost all of her stuff for free. And
also, like, keep in mind that she just came to fame. She just got the money, and there's taxes. There's a lot of things going on. She's scared that her fame is just fleeting, and maybe everything she earned in this year, the next year, that's all, and then that's it. That's what she has to live with. It's not like she's gonna be forever wealthy, and it doesn't, but maybe she will if she makes the right choices. But who are we to judge that? Like, I do not understand. It's different if we're talking about The Rock and Oprah Winfrey asking for donations from other people when we clearly know their net worth. Now, that's different story. Like, these guys have been there, established. We know that they have like billions of dollars, and then them asking from other people to donate is really like really, really bad.
And makes more money than all of us straight from prison. You guys concern me. You really concern me. Willing to support someone who's not struggling right now, but won't support someone who really is struggling.
Now, interestingly enough, just in this alone, Gypsy did actually come out. I've seen some screenshots of her being issued an apology by the baby registry thingy.
Oh my God, wait. Hi, Gypsy, Rose, and Ken. First and foremost, congratulations on your growing family. We wanted to apologize for an issue you might have had after sharing your baby list registry. Please note that our privacy is important to baby list, and our team has taken swift action. In addition to making your registry private, we have removed any fraudulent impersonators from our side and any fake gift reservations from your registry. Know that going forward, you can confidentially share your private registry with your friends and family. We also wanted to extend a 500 gift card that can be used in the baby list shop. We hope you can buy something special to celebrate this exciting time. Be on the lookout for that in a separate email. Please feel free to reach out any questions.
And apparently it was actually trolls who were pretending to purchase things but then didn't purchase things, and she was then issued a gift card, something to do with that. So I will leave the screenshot right here.
The latest rumor about Gypsy is that she's running a pregnancy scandal. But here's the receipt that she's not. People are weird, that's all, and bought all her stuff on her registry even though they really didn't. I've seen this happen to people before, but here's the receipt some of you were asking for. So y'all can stop spilling that tea.
Yeah, that's so mean.
Do I believe that absolutely everything was bought out by trolls? No. I do think that maybe a few things were, which is just a bit deranged behaviour, my own personal opinion. But I don't believe that all of them were. No chance. Now, of course, the rumours have been speculating that Ken is not even the dad. People are saying it's Ryan, and, they're not believing with the timing adding up.
I mean, since she's in the reality show and stuff, like, have the baby and then let's make who's the father type of thing. That would be funny.
And I do believe that it is Ken's baby. I do 100%. It's just if you do some basic math, I do believe that he is. But that's not even the interesting part, okay? The interesting part, the state laws of where Gypsy Rose is state that because she is still married to Ryan, the baby's dad will be listed as Ryan until they are able to give a DNA for a paternity test, which I've got 2 kids, but I never had to do a paternity test. Don't you have to do that when the baby's born? Now, I don't know when their divorce will actually be finalised. I think she said around December, and the baby's born in January. I'm not really sure what all of this means. If they're not divorced, then Ryan will actually appear on the birth certificate until they can prove otherwise, which is just absolutely chaotic energy. That is chaotic.
Why y'all hating so hard?
They're also not technically allowed to live together because of her parole situation. They're not actually allowed to even live together, so she visits and I'm sure he visits, and that's the reason why they appear on lives when they're not actually together. Anyway, the whole thing is I don't know what I was expecting in this case.
I mean, they don't have to live together. He can be her permanent guest, just have it on the documents that this is your apartment and you pay for it and everything, and then have him as a guest. She's allowed to have guests.
Obviously, if you're still married and you're then getting pregnant soon after, then it's obviously going to be chaotic as hell when your divorce isn't even finalized and you're on parole and you cannot even live together. Yeah, this whole situation, I don't know when that's going to be changing. I've got no idea. I just heard about it and I thought I would tell you because this story just gets stranger and stranger.
Everybody wants to know if that D is violent.
Can we just get past that question? That's your tagline.
Okay, then we need to give you a tagline. I say it's hotter than the sun, so it's hotter than fire.
Oh my god.
So can we just start calling him Sunny D?
Oh my god.
Now, Ryan has actually come out and said something. I mean, he hasn't said anything publicly, but an insider has said. So I'll read it out to you. This is something that I found on a newspaper article.
She told him immediately.
Gypsy told him immediately when she found it was Ken's baby. He didn't believe it at first, the insider says, noting Anderson, 38, was very polite about keeping Blanchard's news private. He has been more than fair and amicable to her. That's what hurts him the most.
Aww.
I'm telling you, when he came on and he said, my friends think I should write a book, but then he said, maybe not. He backtracked, said, oh, maybe not. I want to be nice. I want to be fair. I'm telling you, the gloves are going to come off. The gloves are going to come off. I don't think we've actually had a live from him yet, but I'm sure a live is going to be coming pretty soon. And bearing in mind all that I've just said about the name and the baby and the dad on the birth certificate, like this could end up being so messy, just so messy.
I agree.
He's still partly in love with her and he feels like Ken stole his life. He's been very down about this. It's been very hard for him to get over her, but he is okay. According to the source, Anderson knew Blanchard's announcement was coming, but he respects her and is not ugly to her. Now, I think the gloves are going to come off, personally, and he will write that book.
Divorce usually turns ugly.
I would read that book. I mean, I've said this so many times that this whole Gypsy Rose Blanchard saga, you know, people keep on getting drawn into it. I keep on getting drawn into it. How can you not get drawn into it? But it's doing exactly what she wants.
And I just have a question. Guys, I have so much that I need to say about my side of the story and what actually happened.
I bet.
And, you know, a friend of mine told me I should write a book of my experiences.
Now, Ken
you
has
can make some extra money,
come out and has spoken about the fact that he is the dad. And Gypsy and Ken are doing quite a lot of lives at the minute, and it can be a little bit hard to keep up, so I just get all my news off of TikTok accounts.
The timeline does add up if you knew how pregnancy timelines worked, but I'm not going to keep explaining it. Promise you, there's no doubt. Gypsy just wants a healthy baby, that's it.
I mean, like, it's easy. At tests. Just make a test. Easy.
Kind of about how we found out.
We can wait patiently.
Sure, right? No?
It's not that important. It's not that deep.
Talk about it. How many weeks in? 12 today. You make a registry because everyone makes a registry. There's nothing wrong with making a registry. She's living her life and making a registry like anybody else in the world would.
Yeah.
To live her life. Why y'all hating so hard? It's nerve-wracking. I mean, my very first time, not just on camera, but like 2 camera guys, a sound guy, another camera guy, an interviewer, all these people surrounding me. Yeah, I mean,
is that because it's a reality
yes,
show?
Do people make registries? Of course they do. And yes, I'm sure that she just wants to be able to live, you know, quote unquote, like a normal person. But newsflash, you're not a normal person. Not just because of the background and what's gone on, but also because you're worth over $3 million. You're probably going to be worth a lot more by the end of this year. I do think that Ken, it's very clear that he's not very comfortable kind of receiving either hate or just judgment in general. And yes, obviously, if people are questioning whether or not you are the biological dad of the unborn child, obviously that's gonna irritate you. However, you have to understand it from a broader perspective of how everyone else is going to be viewing this. And I do know that a lot of people are not going to rest until they see the actual proof of the DNA. Now, I think that it is his baby, just based on, like, if they're being truthful with dates. I believe it, but I do know a lot of people are going to run with the fact that this is not Ken's baby. All right. So this was actually left by Gypsy. And she is basically telling us the exact date. So left Ryan March 23rd, had a period April 17th, made love with Ken and only him.
Oh my God, why is she actually going forward to explain it to people and prove it to people with such details? Like, it's no one's business. And at the end of the day, you can make the paternity test and prove it legally if that is important.
28th, 29th, 30th, and then conceived on May the 4th. Received positive test. You know, Ken is the dad. It doesn't just stop there. She also left these comments as well, which are, I found these over on the Reddit thread. These are equally as bad. They are just trolls with no proof. And the creator said, I don't know, Jip, it's starting to look fishy with now 2 people coming forward. And I think this was a video where like people keep on coming out and saying that Ken was on Grindr. And that he's gay or he's bisexual or something. Now Ken has actually come out and addressed these rumors, and he says that he is not. He is straight. He's not even bisexual. So whoever, whatever. Like I don't like. I don't. Does it matter?
Exactly.
Even if he was bisexual, does it
It's
really
his
matter?
choice.
Like you can be into both guys and girls.
And then choose to be with one person.
Yeah. So I don't really know why everyone is so fascinated about this. Like it could be possible that he was on Grindr because he is bisexual. I don't know. I don't really see the issue with it. Right, take your kids out of the room right now. But then she went on to say, people also don't have the privilege of his eating skills. If they did.
Why is she typing that? Oh my god.
Any doubt would be washed away in the wave of lol. Yeah, so if you catch my drift of what she's trying to say, of what I'm trying to say, I'm just like,
no, we got it.
We just don't need this much TMI.
No, we don't.
It is honestly, it's like looking at like a 13, 14-year-old communicating online.
Okay,
which, yes,
but in a way, she is. You guys keep in mind from everything that her mother did to her, the mistreatments, like that leaves an impact on you, and your development suffers. So maybe she is a really small girl in a woman's body, and we not just need to give her the time to adjust and grow up and have her own experiences, because she has no life whatsoever.
This a million times. Mentally she is there, which makes it even more sick and twisted that she has had like a wave of men writing to her in prison. I've watched so many TikToks of people talking about this, in the fact that this is what she looked like when she went in, and she was, you know, basically like a child, and men were still lining up to talk to her and get married to her and engage to her and communicate with her. Yeah, take that as you will, but I'm just saying it's a bit strange. Now, Gypsy has actually appeared on the news. I think this was Good Morning America. Correct me if I'm wrong. She came on and she was addressing things that everyone's been saying. I've been saying this. Other people have been saying this as well. She's not going to be showing her child. She's going to give her child privacy. Her child is not going to be on TV because she wants to protect them, and that's all that matters.
Will there be another docuseries down the road? Will the cameras continue to roll?
I don't know yet. But once the baby's born, I really feel strongly that I don't want my baby to be in front of a camera. Unless it's for like home movies. I will not be putting my child in the media at all.
Why?
I don't, this world is so cruel and unsafe that there is a level of responsibility that I have to make sure that my child is protected.
Now, I for one just think this is just so stupid, because she has documented the baby's life already, and the baby hasn't even been born yet. Okay, and when I say that, I don't just mean like documenting like, oh, pregnancy symptoms, No.
To be honest, I do not agree with Amy Robinson here, because I think it is one thing to talk about your child, even like when it's born, and just mention him in your life and stuff, and it's a different thing to put his face out there and put him on the camera. Like, these are two different things.
Talking about all the things that I've literally just talked about in this video, about the scandal with who's the dad, about her commenting all of this stuff about eating, you know, do you know what I mean? Like, she's already giving this child a blueprint into the world that they're then going to see, or they're then going to get teased with. But once again, I do not expect her to connect the dots, and that isn't meant in a mean way, but I do not expect her to see the broader picture in this. Literally the minute she announced she was pregnant, she's already on Good Morning America. She's already doing this and that. I do not believe this for one moment. The whole time she's been out of prison, she's been like, oh yeah, not the whole time, but a lot of the time she's like, I just want to live like a normal person. No normal person is living the way that she is living, and I don't expect her to behave like, you know, whatever a normal person is to her.
Life,
but what she's saying is very oppositional to what she's actually doing, because she's already given this baby a blueprint that is going to be following them around for the rest of their lives. She also goes into detail about how they're going to approach the conversation about why their grandma is no longer with us, and this is what she had to say.
How do you plan to tell your child about your own childhood and the role you had in your mother's murder?
That question has plagued my mind for a long time, and I've come to a point where I understand that that question is going to be asked by my child someday. I feel like when that time comes, Ken and I will sit down and have that conversation, and I will explain in the most honest way possible.
Okay,
I don't even know what to say about this. I mean, yes, obviously you're going to have to approach the conversation, but I mean, at this point, I don't know how old that child is going to be, but obviously they would have probably got an inkling as to what their mum did. Maybe, probably. I mean, are you really going to tell a child before they're able to look at the news? Because how is, you know, like a below 10-year-old meant to understand that you unalived your own mum? Do you see what I mean? So either
I mean, to be honest, even if she tells the child beforehand, the child will probably have one or two bad experiences with like a bully or someone else who will talk badly about their mom and stuff. But I think this is the case with every child celebrity out there. Like there is not even one person that only has fans and people who love them. There are always haters, and there are always people who will talk negatively about you. And I think it's the way she will raise the child and the way she's gonna talk to the child that will prove if the child is gonna, or that's gonna show the child the love that is necessary for him to like just not listen to these bad people and the bad comments and believe in his mother and his father and stick to them and not be affected by these negativities.
When they're really young, before they have access to being told themselves. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't know how you'd be able to approach this conversation. The more she's laying down, the more information, the more TV show, the more whatever that she's doing, the more current she's going to be when that child grows up and is eventually told by someone else. Does that make any sense whatsoever? I really hope it does.
I do understand.
You know, it's not a situation I'd want to be in. Absolutely not. It's just extremely messy.
It is.
The train wreck continues, and I can't look away. No one else seems to be able to look away from it either. And we're just going to have to wait and see what happens. I don't know when we'll next be hearing from Ryan. Maybe we'll get a book before we next see him live.
Well, I actually think that we will be hearing from Ryan eventually. Like, it's an opportunity for him to earn money and tell his side of the story, because I am sure that people are gonna side on Ken's and Gypsy's side more often, and then he will feel like his truth should be told somehow. And I feel like a book is a good idea. You know, not going on social medias and talking about live and stuff. I feel like that's Gypsy's road. I feel like with him, it should be like more of a permanent, one time say it all in a book format. But yeah, Gypsy is more of like, she has the celebrity status now. Like, this is something that is her career. She's probably going to become an influencer and stuff. I do enjoy watching her talk about things and being there. She has this, I don't know, this positivity to her, and this, as we said, like, she's more naive to the world, which also kind of scares me, because she could be used and abused by people around her without even knowing, especially the men around her. And I wish her all the best to grow up quickly, or to reach this mental state where she knows that things are being like, people are being like using her, you know, and that she needs to protect herself and protect her child before it is too late, because I don't want her to lose this shine and this positivity in her. And the world can be really cruel, that can push you to really negative places and depression and even worse, and I hope that's not gonna happen to her. But that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed, guys. Let me know in the comment down below what you think about Gypsy, Rose, Ken, and Ryan. If you care, don't care, and if you want more videos, like more drama videos like this, let me know in the comments. Thanks so much for watching and see you soon. Bye.